But you can't do it. And I'm not trying to indict everybody of hypocrisy, only you.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dave's Club, the place for all things patriot and conservative. I'm glad you're here. Today's clip is an oldie, but a goodie. A very goodie if you like seeing cocky college liberals getting taken to the cleaners. Dinesh D'Souza is a beast. He easily dismantles this leftist logic and exposes rampant hypocrisy. Let's roll the clip.
Regarding the inequity that I talked about with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, that is wealth that is passed down, and it's documentable wealth. The same way that the wealth created, or the wealth stolen as a product of slavery, was also documentable wealth. We have numbers that demonstrate precisely how much wealth was stolen, and that's money that in some way could be given back. Now, if we're saying that it's absolutely impossible to give that money back because it's too hard to trace, we'd have to give money to the African tribes, we'd have to give money to people who no longer exist. That's absolutely fine, but we have to understand that we haven't really come to terms with that injustice that's been perpetrated, and if we are admitting that no one is perfectly entitled to absolutely everything that their ancestors had stolen from them, then we also have to accept that there are people today who benefit from the fact that their parents and grandparents profited from this immoral system. And the way to deal with that is with a social safety net that enables everyone to thrive. I'll leave you there.
Ooh.
Now, the first thing I'm trying to say is, this is a hugely controversial principle because it actually involves wrecking the freedom of a free society. You basically have to put it frankly, if we were to carry that out, go into people's homes and take their stuff, take their furniture, take their cars. You don't seem to have even the guts to do that. You don't have the moral self-confidence to do it yourself. It may be, if I am advocating a rule of social justice and I'm advocating it for the whole society, before I persuade everybody else, let's say I'm a Christian and I believe everybody should give 10% of their wealth to help the poor. And I go, you know what? The Bible says this, the Bible says that, everybody should give 10% of their wealth to help the poor. And somebody says, Dinesh, are you giving 10% of your wealth? And I'm like, actually no, but I did do some tutoring.
Now, you didn't see this in the clip, but the leftist college student had just before said that he used to do tutoring for underprivileged children. So that was kind of his excuse for how he was giving back.
And you go, wait a minute, aren't you advocating, aren't you saying that there is a moral duty to do this? Why don't you do it? Before you convince us, you do it. And you're like, I don't think I should do it because society is extremely complex, and I don't think I should do it unless everybody else does it. No. Either you believe in it and you do it. Once you've done it, you might impress us. And then you might convince the rest of us that our wealth is also ill-gotten. But you can't do it. And I'm not trying to indict everybody of hypocrisy, only you.
I'm not trying to indict everybody of hypocrisy. Only you.
Because you're the one who said, I'm the beneficiary of illicit privilege. So you're a really good starting point, because I'm asking, if you're in possession of stolen goods, why aren't you willing to return them? So that's why fundamentally I see your charity. You know, during the Civil War, there was a guy who goes, I'm very happy to give, I've given 3 cousins to the war and I'm ready to sacrifice my wife's brother. That's basically your ethics.
Leftist logic right there. Rules for thee, not for me. You should be willing to do it. You should be willing to give it up. You should be willing to give up your seat at a prestigious college. Not me. I'm not going to do it. But you should do it.
You're willing to have social justice if other people pay, but you're not willing to pay. So that's the problem. And that's the problem with the progressivism that marches behind social justice while protecting its own privileges.
Ooh, marching behind social justice while protecting its own privileges. Boy, we've seen a lot of that, especially lately, with all the defund the police stuff and the politicians that are out there marching to defund the police, because they don't have to worry about it. They live in gated communities. They make a lot of money. They can have a private security. So they don't care. But it's the rest of us that suffer, and especially people that live in kind of dangerous neighborhoods that need police protection. Otherwise, they're sitting ducks to anything that happens.
You know how you said, we all have to survive? Really? You have to be at Amherst to survive? You don't have to be at Amherst to survive. You have to be at Amherst to benefit. You have to be at Amherst because you're getting opportunities at this college that many other people are not getting. So if you say you believe in equal opportunity, you're a hypocrite, because you are taking advantage of opportunities unavailable to others. But for you, this hypocrisy is fully justified because you are militating on behalf of the poor. But if you are against privilege, this college is privilege.
Ooh, if you're against privilege, what are you doing here? This place is privilege, and you're talking about being against privilege.
So there's a glaring hypocrisy, and you will never turn your moral mirror on yourself to say, what am I doing about it? That's my point. For you, society should act before you do, to enforce your moral code.
Enforce your moral code. Interesting. Society should do it. Society should enforce your moral code. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that clip. I think that clip is a lot of fun to watch. I love watching Dinesh D'Souza. I think he's an amazing speaker. And that's it for today. And please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please help support this channel. I'm trying to grow it. And I'll see you next time.